This is Cars and Bids.
I'm Kennan.
I'm Filippo.
And today we're going to look at old car YouTube videos. This doesn't sound very fun, but I love car YouTube videos from like 2011.
Oh yeah, go back in your favorites and see what you liked from way back in the day.
All those from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And I don't really have an opportunity to share them with people all that often, but I'd like to share them today with you.
Thank you.
All right, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay, so old car YouTube videos. The premise was we would send over a couple of our favorite old car YouTube videos from the old days of YouTube, and they'd put them in a little slideshow and we'd watch them. I have just learned that not all of my videos have made it into the slideshow.
Were they all
had
good?
Some bangers.
We're going to watch them at the end. We're going to watch them at the end.
By the way, the producer told me that some of Kennan's haven't had a comment in 16 years.
That's right. There are hidden gems in the desert, and I know where they are.
They are deep in the desert, apparently.
Admittedly, if you search for them, they are very difficult to find, but I do have them in my playlist.
I trust you, though. And honestly, I love old random car YouTube content regardless.
Well, not only that, I have channels that you could go and find that have incredible hidden gems. And particularly for you, and my video, I believe, made it, and we'll talk more about it when we get there.
Okay.
All right, bring
So,
it on.
first
Go
one.
Go to the first one. This is mine. I love this.
It is mine.
And
Thank
yours
you.
also. Greatest video in the history of car YouTube.
So good. All right, Kennan, you don't know this. That's a Silverado.
Just please allow us to see the brilliance.
It's fine. You know your redneck wins. See, we have transplanted you to redneck.
Still got the Pella logos on the windows in the house.
Yeah, this community was being
Just
built.
built yesterday.
Okay.
Now it's now 20 years old.
This is a V10 TDS?
Now there have been 20 years of HOA fights in this community.
You want me to count?
Yep.
1. Can you see
I
me?
forgot how long this is. I normally see the 6-second clip.
This is part of it, though. Like,
Oh, man. The kid's freaking out. So the kid's freaking out is without question the best part.
the thing about this video that was so good, we,
So many parts.
as children,
Yeah,
we heard tales of the V10 Touareg. We heard tales of it.
we did.
But we never saw one.
No heads.
But
just
you
heads.
knew about it. You knew it was there.
Right. And that was a nice truck that it was
It was-
like.
yeah.
That was a...
This is Silverado 25, some modified.
And then-
Silverado 2500 probably.
One day,
It comes.
that video appears.
Yep.
And all the stories you've heard are true.
One evening, a Saturday evening.
Somehow these people in some suburb in Oklahoma outside of Tulsa got a Touareg V10. I don't know how, but they did, right? And
Well, it was for sale.
you think that was first? No, it had plates.
That was probably the...
Oh, it was being
It was
sold.
available
Yeah,
in
but
the US.
those types of people didn't buy such a vehicle.
Well, just that region of the country wasn't buying V10
GTI was
TDI.
a popular car. And
It wasn't a popular to begin with.
I don't think it was popular anywhere.
Exactly. It wasn't
Period.
popular to begin with,
Right.
but it's like... yeah, it's
But
just... It would be out of...
Somehow they got one-
proved their merit.
And
today.
they did what we all wanted to do,
Yep.
which was see if it really can take down a heavy-duty, I can do whatever I want kind of truck.
When do you think they were probably neighbors and that came up at a barbecue and they're like, I'll take you. It's like,
And
no,
the
you
neighbors,
can't.
I got your little German thing. Now screw you. And then
Let's go, buddy.
let's do it. I get a strap. You got a strap? I got a strap over here.
Yep.
And then smoked it.
The world changed that evening in,
world
in
shifted.
Muskogee.
The world literally shifted beneath their feet at the torque of those vehicles. That's a great video.
Such a good video. You've seen this before, I assume.
No, actually.
You've
no.
never seen that?
No.
Oh, and I actually like the lead up because they're just sitting there. And everyone's like, all right, whenever you're ready. And then it happens.
The gauntlet was thrown down.
What do you think their relationship was like after this? Because I'm sure they were neighbors.
The truck was sold the next week.
Truck was sold.
I mean,
And
I
said he
think-
bought a-
I'll bet there were some excuses. I wasn't ready. We'll do it again. Let's do it again.
I think the truck
did it.
dude, his wife was the president of the HOA, and she made the Touareg dude's life hard. Is your house the right color? Are you sure
Your grass is a quarter-inch too long there, sweetie.
you didn't take your trash in? That we saw. It was out on Tuesday. It was out on Wednesday.
Bless your heart. But
I would like to know the genesis of that. Of course, the truth is
That
the
is-
truck 6 months later was rolled.
And the Touareg stopped
DUI
working
incident. The
the
Touareg
next day.
hasn't run since then.
Yep.
yeah.
Not shown as the transmission dying the next afternoon.
But
How
the
did
Touareg
it-
wins.
yeah.
And Volkswagen of Eastern Oklahoma was like, I don't know.
It's gonna be another. This will be 9 months before we can get another one, sir.
We didn't even know about that. We've never seen a Touareg before.
So how do you pronounce it? Touareg.
Well, you got one of these Touaregs.
Touaregs, yeah. But great video.
Great video, greatest
Excellent
video in
video.
history of YouTube. We
Yep.
close down the
Now,
video right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so what is our next video?
All right. It is Ricardo Patrese
Yes, this
driving
is a-
his wife in a Civic Type R.
Very famous,
Type R.
hilarious video.
and this is at Jerez.
He's in a Civic Type
racetrack.
R in this?
He's in a Civic Type
This
R.
is the old one? Or the
Yeah,
one
for
before
sure,
that?
Civic Type R. Or she is begging him to stop, as you can tell, even without.
Like, yes, Filippo
Even
speaks
without the
Italian,
subtitles,
so
I
yeah.
think you got the point. The hand gestures say a lot. At some point in this, she threatens divorce, I'm pretty sure. This car is not a Formula One car.
I love it. He's just so cool.
He's so calm. Because it is, I mean, compared to a race car,
Yeah.
you're moving 6 miles an hour.
I've done ride-along hot laps with race drivers when I worked at
They're just in a
Porsche.
whole other.
They are like this the whole time.
You really see the very many stages of
Look how red she's getting.
some words that we can't say on.
I think
in Italian, it's probably okay.
Ah, lo spezzettino, madonna. Ogni volta che sali in macchina con te sta roba qua, mi viene un vomito.
It really is. It really is such an amazing concept. So I rode in a Panamera Turbo with Hurley Haywood driving. It was a Porsche race car driver, and it was that exact same thing. At the end of it, I threw up, and he's just like
She might too.
nothing, absolutely nothing. Like it was no big deal to him.
Because it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. Dude's
Yeah.
used to
Normal
driving
day for
whatever
him.
race cars he drives.
Yeah,
at
he's used to
speeds 3
5 Gs in corners where he has to hold his breath as he goes through to keep himself upright, and he has a Hans device and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it made you sick.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, to be fair, that he goes so far. I mean, the Panamera Turbo, but yeah, I mean, well, it's got body roll, and it's not like a race
Yeah.
car, but it's so incredible that the speed and the capability that those people have on the road.
right, and the mental fortitude. They're just used to such a high level of competition and stuff like that's just nothing to them.
Yeah.
Would you drive your wife around a racetrack like that? And
yeah,
feel like you would still have a relationship
but
with
I
them?
don't think that I would be able to scare her at that level. Because what she's scared of, I think, is he's taking
taking
immense
the
speed
race-
into
yeah.
a corner.
Right.
That
And it sounded like a lot of corner too, based on the curve he was taking. So,
yeah.
which also then pitches the car up like this as you hit it, and
For people who
scary.
haven't spent time on a racetrack doing that, street driving and racetrack driving are enormously different, and you don't really
Incredibly
realize it
different.
until you're at the racetrack.
yeah, very cool.
My wife would divorce me, even if I were, a skilled race car driver, which I may be. We don't know. I don't think she'd be very.
not a
into
skilled
it.
parker, I'll tell you that.
Nice call back to our Cybertruck parking challenge. Well done.
Anytime they're parking it in the lane.
All right, give us the next one.
Oh no, nobody saw this. This is a German video I found many years ago. It's so cheesy.
Turn down.
Sie ist ohne Anfang.
These are all quotes from famous philosophers and scientists, and they're comparing that to the 355 F1.
This is a German ad or what?
No, this was like a TV program. But I found the song and everything. The sound.
Blue.
Momentaufnahmen von zeitloser, offener Eleganz. Pininfarina sei Dank, natürlich. Aber das nicht mehr nur in Gelb oder etwa Rot.
It's very hard to make commentary.
Entirely in
Von einem,
German.
der nunmehr
That's what made me want a blue one, was the way the sun went
You, of
across.
course, bought a red one.
You watched this video as a young person,
Yes.
despite the fact that you didn't understand it.
Yeah, well, I understand all the
It's
quotes.
the grainiest footage of an F-355
I mean,
known
this
to
is
man.
like frame
Also
by
turn down a
frame.
bit, otherwise the mics won't. All right.
It was just so cool.
This is primarily showing fields, as far as I can tell. I think we've learned a lot about Kennan in the last 30 seconds.
It has like
What is this? A clock?
Die
I know
Zeichen
that.
der Zeit in Gestalt und Design sind am kleinsten der Ferraris nicht gänzlich.
It was like a German
vorübergegangen.
video, like
Dennoch,
talking about the car, and it goes through like.
man erst auf den zweiten Blick
I
wahr.
translated it once, and it goes through like all the like. I found.
Did you transcribe it and put it into Google Translate?
Yeah, I did. Well, like yeah, there was like.
You have no response to that.
Pull it a Sierra.
Well, no, the
Colorado.
I just love that there's this amount of effort put into one that has like it was an F1. It was like the coolest
Well,
cutting edge.
F1 was the thing at the time.
It really was. Like it drove home to the point to me. Like
Look at that little switch.
Automatische Getriebebetätigung per
Sie, Getriebe.
Lenkrad macht Schaltvorgänge nun zeitsparend zur Fingerübung. Rechts rauf, links runter.
Ooh, blue steering wheel. Maybe.
it was a beautiful spec.
Genügend Raum wird bei Ferrari naturgemäß dem wichtigsten.
This was like a
nämlich der
review?
Yeah,
Antriebseinheit
it was like
zugewiesen.
it was. I don't know how I ever found it. But this is when there was no like content on YouTube at all. This was 2009, I think I found this. There's no content on the car at all at the time.
This is one of the worst videos I've ever seen in my life.
It's way up there. So what we also learned is that it had no impact on car culture, but it did impact young Kennan.
Fließt an sich.
All right,
Oh nine.
can we put a stop to this,
was
please?
14.
How
This
long
what
is this?
he
It
spent his
goes
spare
on for
time
a while
watching.
longer.
So Kennan, take us through
I
that.
found that at like I'll never forget. It was like 10:30 p.m. on my first gen iPod Touch when you had to go into the YouTube app and it looked like an old TV.
I actually know exactly
Remember
what you
what I'm
mean. Yeah,
talking
of
about?
course.
So like there was YouTube was in its infancy at the time. Like there was no video at all, and like for type in Ferrari 355 and like nothing would come up. Eventually this popped up one day, and I remember like watching it and this like the sound like they really got the sound of. I don't remember what at all they were
Oh, sorry.
saying.
Was there sound below the music they used?
Yes.
Okay.
There was.
Wasn't sure.
I mean, yeah, but it was just like I used to watch that video like going to bed dreaming of like owning the car and then I did and I finally got to. It was like one of those things that fueled
Did you
me.
then try to recreate the video?
Yeah, I have the music from the video and like I played that like while driving the car.
yes.
He would think of his the 355 and he'd pull out his iPod Touch and he'd pull up that video.
Well, don't forget, he would then transcribe it and put it to Google Translate
Yeah. How do you think you transcribe German though?
carefully.
Well, some of the
It was all
the quotes it's like I understood because they were like one is from Isaac Newton, they say Isaac Newton. I'm like, okay, I figured out which quote that was pretty quickly when I went back and matched some of the words together. So those I figured out. And then like I would just like there were certain words I could figure out and it's like, okay, they're talking about the F1 transmission here and like that was the big deal they were making.
You know how some people change from 14 to 29, 28?
Not me.
Not Kennan.
Were you 14 when you saw this?
09.
mean,
No,
yeah.
I mean I was
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, that
that was
math
about
was
yeah,
sorry,
that's
yeah.
exactly how old I was. I was 14, yeah.
Man, some kids were looking up other stuff on their iPod Touch. Kennan was
Dreaming of the 355.
okay. Next video, please.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure.
This one's mine. This one's another one of mine.
1980 apostrophe S.
Yep. But you'll ignore that because of the content.
Apostrophe S.
Here's that little goose. She's saying that most people will be chomping at the bit. And here she is saying, oh boy, do I have to do it. Pretty cute goose.
God, 80s mom.
80s mom.
I'm gonna get a picture.
Oh. How do you think that
It's a round belly. It's a carb round belly.
Oh, she's gonna take it for a drive.
Yeah, it's an S. Or could be a.
Just it's some suburban home.
Right. How do you think they ended up with a Countach?
No idea. They seem like very normal
Looks like
people.
a nice place. Oh,
Yeah, but still.
How do you do this?
you don't.
What?
Real easy. It's down on my legs. I can't drive this.
You gotta move the seat.
That's a major adjustment. Do you want that adjustment?
I can't drive this.
Hold on, folks. What do you think, Paul? You think she'll make it?
Yeah.
It's this guy's YouTube channel.
What happened to the seat?
Oh.
I wanted to make forward. I pushed the seat down.
Oh, then do it the other way. This is the most difficult part of Goose's
I
driving.
can't make the seat move.
Well, you gotta get out of the car first to do that.
Stand
There you
up,
go.
the seat go forward and backward. Do it yourself.
Lift up your
Doesn't
Look
go
at the
for
radar
it.
detector.
You hear it go off.
Oh, hold on.
Is that a phone? Oh,
Yeah.
All right,
Does
here
yours
we
have a
are,
phone,
20
Doug?
minutes later.
Missing
No,
out.
what is
Finding
that
out
sound?
the-
Radar detector.
Oh, that's the radar. Yeah.
Passport.
Put your seatbelt on first.
You gotta give the fuel pump a few seconds.
Right. I was gonna say.
Not
He's
Goose.
Not following the start button.
The Goose doesn't. It's also been moved outside already. You figure it's been running probably for a little bit.
Yeah. What else do you think is in the garage? Nothing.
Nothing.
The dog.
What is the dog? No, you got to
Man.
shut it harder than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'll like this.
All right.
Brake on.
That was a very quick ride.
This is incredible. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is up there.
Kennan's
I've
making up
redeemed
for the-
myself.
Yep.
Very good.
It's not hard. It's actually.
I'll tell Mommy to take the emergency brake off and she'll do better.
There's no way she can hear him.
Yep.
Nope. Okay.
They yelled it so loud.
Camaro in the driveway, by the way. When it panned left, was there a?
They go around the block.
All right, we'll see. Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, she puts no gas in it. She almost lost it again. Every 80s mom knew how to drive a stick.
Yeah.
My mom did. She's in first. She figured that part out.
The brake off?
Just
I had
nice,
a chord,
nice accord.
Oh, yeah, this is an S. This is my car. Oh, oh,
So cool.
It's not over yet.
Yeah.
goose.
The goose.
What do you think that roll was at the start? Like a pillow so she could sit up higher?
Absolutely. I think she takes it out at some point. Yeah.
She's doing it. God, the quality of the camera is so bad. It looks black and blue.
Oh.
Imagine if you're Goose.
What's that?
Supra. Mark
Yeah,
III.
the Mark III Supra.
Yeah.
Amazing taste.
Yeah.
You're still alive! And we even went into second gear.
I heard it was good, Goose.
That's how you know it was warm. If it
AJ
would go
Goose,
into
how was
second.
it?
I even went into second gear.
Fantastic. How was it?
Hard.
Was it really?
Really hard to
Yeah.
steer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fun. That's right.
Was it fast?
I told her she had to go in the second, she's gonna burn the engine out, so she did it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Goose. Bye.
God, that is amazing to see.
Excellent video.
What's even more. Oh,
Oh, no.
That is
You're not
amazing
on
to
the-
see. So this woman is just cruising around in a Countach in period. They have this thing at their house.
hold on, I gotta go back.
That
what
was
a
that
dream.
is amazing.
What's even
to
more
see.
amazing, that channel, they take the car, like, they do all kinds of stuff with it in period. They take it, and they filmed it. They take it, like, shopping.
No
They
way.
do, like, they go car spotting with it.
No
like,
way.
They do, like, it's really cool. So, and that video
Like
has,
the-
I think, like 80,000 views or something. Like, nobody's seen that video, but man, it's one of the
Premature
coolest.
like YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 80s. And the guy's YouTube channel, like, I think he has a Gallardo, and, like, later on in life, which is cool, but, like, yeah,
How
group with
crazy
Countach.
is that to watch that? That is absolutely amazing.
Great.
So that
content.
Supra came out 86, 87.
That video was 87.
87 it was?
That's at the beginning, yeah.
Man, that is
And the
crazy.
Countach is probably, what, 80?
The Countach is my car's era.
Right.
It's like 83 to 87.
Yeah, they're probably second owners, probably. But at one point, the guy painted the wheels like gold, and like he says, he's got going over the. It's like it's just being cheesy. He's like, some people's houses are really clean. Ours isn't particularly clean. I got my stuff over here, and then he pans to his wife, and she's cleaning like in the sink the dish. He's like, my wife was washing dishes. And like, we keep the wheels on the Countach clean.
Man, that is so crazy to see. It's always interesting to me to see people at the time operating those old cars.
Yeah, I mean, just so and like, that's why it also developed the reputation of it being difficult to drive, because compared to anything else that Goose was used to driving.
Well, and
of
it
course,
is.
like,
I
and
always
it
tell
is.
people it's a tough car. Everything about it is hard. The gear shifter is hard to get into gear. The steering is very challenging. It's hard to close the doors. The accelerator is hard to press. The brake is hard to press.
Yes.
And it's hard to see out of. Everything about it requires a lot of compromise. And so it's like interesting to see at the time they didn't know it would become this like amazing iconic car. It was just like a cool car that his dad had.
But I feel like that was also the reputation of all like supercars, really sporty cars at the time.
Yeah, although the Countach was
the most of those.
specifically
Yeah,
difficult.
100%.
Having driven all those cars now, the Countach was, even than the Testarossa, the Countach was harder.
Right,
You
yeah.
made more compromises for
Coolness.
that design.
The coolness,
Yeah.
dude.
And
What
boy,
a crazy thing.
in
watching
suburbia, wherever that
Yeah.
was,
Yep.
imagine. Oh,
that. Cruising around in a Countach back in the day.
yeah.
That is so cool.
That's
So
cool.
few, we take for granted how many videos there are now of all these cars.
Right, but not in the.
But not
80s.
then. Yeah, not then. And just in period footage, it's so limited.
If you go on the
Also,
Carrera GT,
high quality footage, by the way.
yeah,
for
surprisingly
Grand Theft
decent for that era. If you go on the Carrera GT hashtag on Instagram, you got 30 videos of Raul from Monaco, doing donuts, and you can see all that stuff, but not much from there.
Right.
Some of these cars got expensive before they even were social mediable.
Yeah,
Yeah. In
definitely.
retrospect, I understand why it took so long to find a 355 video.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of the same.
No
yeah.
one was doing that. That's
Right,
one of the
that's
reasons
true.
why I
Wasn't a
think a
thing.
lot of my early content got so popular. No one knew what a Diablo was like on the inside. No one knew what any of those cars were like. In the early days of YouTube, those
Right.
cars weren't. YouTube was 2012.
Well, and car reviews were something that was just on TV. Like you couldn't necessarily watch it again unless you taped it, and that was difficult. And then Jeremy Clarkson came out with his like videos that he did at the time, and that's where I think it started to like his 355. We call it the greatest car in the world ever, and stuff like that. That's when it started to become more like I could watch it again.
But
like, cement it.
literally
But
nobody.
The 80s,
there wasn't anything. No one knew. No one knew what was going on with this
not at all.
stuff. When I was a kid, you read magazine comparisons, and that was it.
Yeah.
And
Like
Motor Week.
it.
Maybe Motor Week.
I didn't know how to access that. I still don't really.
PBS.
I watched the old ones on my computer.
I watched stuff on YouTube, other great videos. And
All right. What do we got next? What do we got next?
I think we're up to Doug's videos.
Oh, you've seen this one?
Oh.
I haven't.
Yep.
This is not.
You've never seen this? Oh, this is an all-time classic.
It's one of those.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I remember watching this on my first
So
time I
good.
touch too.
You got to turn it way up, because the end, what he says is like,
Yeah.
all right, kid rolls over. This is an SRT 10.
That's not You all right, dude? Jim, you okay? You okay? You sure? Dude?
What just happened? Did I pop the tire?
One of the all-time great lines.
Did I pop the tire?
No. No, you did not. But you've learned a valuable lesson.
Oh man.
They should have
Ram.
done that in a parking lot with nothing around before ever attempting it on a road with a ditch next to it.
Yeah, I remember watching that video and just being like dumbstruck by the whole thing. And the guy got out so quickly. And like, it was just
The thing about it was, I think owing to the fact that there wasn't a lot of YouTube, and in that era there were so many fast cars that were pretty accessible, including that truck, which was like 39 grand or something. You could, but not everybody knew what they were doing. But everyone had a camera, and so there was a lot of documenting of wild stuff at that time. And that's
one of the greats. Yeah,
that's
one of
like
the all-time greats.
That's like Burnout 101. I mean, this person's obviously it's so clear to everybody else what's gonna happen, but at the time you didn't have a 500 horsepower V10 experience and
And a pickup.
Yeah. And you didn't have a million videos where that happened, where you knew what was going to happen that you have previously watched. Because this was early. This was that to have been 07 YouTube.
Well, your basic logic would dictate, but this guy wasn't using basic logic.
He just thought it would go straight. I mean, he didn't know. You see it in the movies; they go straight in the movies, you know.
Yeah.
Good point.
Good point.
But now we've watched a million YouTube videos, Mustangs coming out of Cars and Coffee, where that all happens.
Oh yeah.
Poor Ram.
Yes.
Did I pop the tire? I wonder what happened to that kid. After his dad killed him for rolling his.
That's the thing. You assume it's his. Like
it is unquestionably his dad's, and his buddy is filming, and they're both like, "Oh crap, we just screwed up."
Yep. But they uploaded it anyway.
If they uploaded it, maybe the AdSense over the 20 years has paid for a new SRT 10 Ram. The dad, meanwhile, runs a construction company. He's going to come home and it ain't going to be pretty.
You killed the car.
Can you give more details about their family, please, and where they live?
Where do they live? Pull that back up. Can you go back to that? What was the plate?
I don't think there's a plate visible.
It had like a template or something.
Resolution
It's got
is 2.
8 pixels, so.
Oh, we can't see his plate.
Too much smoke.
Too much smoke. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of heavy
Hell
trucks.
yeah, it's too
What a
much
great
smoke.
video.
All right, next one, please. Oh, the greatest. You've seen this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No. Which one?
You gotta watch the whole thing. It's like a minute and a half. But it's only good if you watch the whole thing.
Okay. I'll watch intently and carefully.
Look at you. You don't really need to see it. What are we in, like a minute 45?
I will have you. You are my nemesis. Oh yes, yes. You like it like that. You like it like that. Oh yes. Nemesis. Oh yes. Nemesis. Nemesis. Oh my God.
God, that's so good. I especially love that the dude doesn't stop to check because
Considers it.
he knows he needs the video. He knows what's happened. He's thinking to himself, I recorded all that while I was yelling at the guy and then he spun.
Yep.
So if I just start maniacally laughing, I've got a great video here.
And he did. He got his
Nemesis, the greatest racetrack video of all time.
That's a
there.
very good one.
That's great.
That's great. That's all Filippo.
I think we've covered my thoughts.
The dude is saying Nemesis and then the car spins.
So many great lines.
In the Nemesis video?
Yeah, that I feel like have ebbed or become part of our lexicon.
The automotive lexicon.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, if you watch that video closely, the dude's taking terrible lines the whole time because he's so focused on saying Nemesis, I think.
He was searching for a word that would fit, and that was the one.
Right. Okay, so those are some videos.
Some great videos.
Yes.
Yeah,
I admit the
mostly great
355
videos.
one is very specific to me, and it has more
But
personal.
it taught us a lot about Kennan.
Yeah, there are clocks, there's science, there's engineering, it's in
German.
German. And a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Which also the Germans hate Ferraris, so the
Right.
fact they made the thing about it all was wild. But the Countach one,
I'm not sure that they had like a discussion amongst all Germans to decide if they should do the video or not.
but those Germans did.
Those Germans
and that was on
did.
German television.
And of course, they had to put clocks in it because they had to have something precise, given that they were driving around an Italian.
Correct. Especially an F1 355.
Right. But yeah, the Countach video, that channel alone is a gold mine
great
of
one.
really great Countach stuff from the period.
Regardless, what we have learned today is the ultimate internet video still remains the Touareg
TDI.
and the Silverado
Yep.
facing off.
100%.
One of
It
the
was first
all-time
for a
classics.
reason.
That's right.
And Ricardo Patrese.
Yeah, those
Number
were all
2.
pretty good. But Touareg Silverado in suburban Oklahoma, that is the winner. Goodbye, everyone.